Hello and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be showcasing one of my latest plugins, EliteBosses. EliteBosses is an easy to use custom boss plugin in which you can create your own bosses with custom effects, have auto spawns, spawn minions, all of this stuff, and it's a great plugin and one of the new additions to my Elite series. But before this video does start, I do want to mention that we did hit 1,000 subscribers, which is amazing, and I just can't believe that we actually reached that, and I'm so happy that we have. And I just want to thank you all for the support. I mean, throughout all my videos I've gotten like a ton of support for each one. Everyone's sending me messages on Discord saying like they liked the video. That's just amazing. Thank you so much. So to celebrate that, in the comments, if you leave your Discord username and the reason why you want this plugin, I'll be giving away 3 copies of this plugin. So make sure that you go to the comments and you write down your Discord username and the reason why you want the plugin, and I'll be selecting a random winner in the next couple weeks. Alright, so I hope you enjoy this video. Now a quick message from our sponsor. Have you ever wanted to create your own Minecraft server and make a little bit of that moolah, you know what I mean? Then you should check out ElixirNode. ElixirNode is a super easy to use and affordable server host in which you can make your own Minecraft servers for under $1. Which is amazing, and it's honestly one of the best places to host your servers. All of the servers that I use are hosted on there, and if you use the code SPLODGEBOX, you actually get 50% off. 50% off $1, come on, like that is a bargain. And so if you use the link in the description and use the code SPLODGEBOX, you can get a whole 50% off. Now that's a lot of money. So as you probably already know, most of my plugins do tend to come with some pre-made options that you can choose. So it doesn't really require you to create your own bosses if you don't want to. There are already bosses made which you can use straight out of the plugin. You don't even need to customize them or anything. Obviously you should customize them to match your server a bit more, but if you just want to use them plain straight up, that's fine by everyone. It's probably a very good option if you don't know how to configure YAML files. So this comes with 5 different bosses, each have different rarities. So you probably have seen these before. They're from a popular server called Cosmic PvP, in which they've got a bunch of bosses that are pretty difficult, but you can spawn them in and they can do damage, and you know, when they die they can drop different loot, and this plugin obviously replicates that and everything, but you can create your own bosses. I suggest you use these bosses as a template. We can spawn one in right now. Let's go for a Broodmother. So this is the basic boss. I'm in God mode right now because this boss is actually still hard. Although it's the first boss, it's actually really difficult. So when you spawn the boss in, you can see on the right there's a little scoreboard that updates every time you damage the boss, and you know, it just updates in a random interval that you can actually set. And you got a little health bar above the boss which you can customize and everything, and there's different phases to the boss which I think we can probably achieve. I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, here we go. We've got little minions that can be spawned, and you can also send a little message into chat as well. I'll cover those messages and the effects in a bit, but yeah, this is just the basic concept behind, you know, the bosses. But let's say you had the boss and you don't really want to fight it, you just want to despawn, you're just trying to test something. You can do /boss active and it will show you all active bosses and show you the location and everything. And then obviously if you left click it, you can teleport to the small location, and then if you shift right click it, then you can remove the boss entirely, and you know, it would just be removed completely. The bosses are only removed if you remove them yourself, if they killed, or on server, you know, when you're closing down your server, all bosses that are active will be deleted. That just happens obviously because you don't want a boss just staying around. These bosses are not checked by the names, they are actually checked with a custom system which will allow like less lag, and it's more optimized this way, and people just tend to like it this way compared to the checking the names, which does tend to mess up if you have like a lot of mobs in your world that have custom names, and if you've got a lot of players. So this is probably one of the best ways to do this. Now, same with all my other plugins, this plugin actually comes with a range of custom effects that are obtainable from the start of the plugin, and every single update there will be new effects coming from suggestions from actual members. If you join our Discord, the link is in the description. Make sure you join that Discord. That's the A-IX Discord, where we give our support from basically my plugins and one or two other devs plugins, and people give their suggestions. I add them in. If you have bugs that you found, I fix them instantly when they're posted there, and we got a little bot that can hold the suggestions and everything. But anyway, this plugin doesn't have that many effects as it currently stands. However, as I've mentioned, every single update there'll be new effects, like new possibilities that you can add into your server. But there is actually another thing. You can create your own custom effects really easily using the developer API. If you have any knowledge in Java, it's really simple to add your own effects, and you can add them to your bosses and everything, and it's really easy to do. I might make a tutorial later, but I might just make a document for the developers to like check out, and you can make your own effects. I do also cover it on my Twitch, so also check that out in the description. I code a couple effects and stuff on there, so you can see how it's done. Do it yourself. But anyway, we have a range of effects. So for example, we've got the immune effect. The boss can become immune to a certain type of damage. This is perfect for bosses that you want to have different phases where they can't be attacked by certain items. So like if you don't want a boss to be attacked by a sword, you can block everything else except the sword, and it's a really cool feature. Next we have the life store effect, which pretty much self-explains itself. It steals life from players, obviously just steals their hearts. We've got message. This actually isn't needed. However, if you just want a message without an effect, this can be done. However, you can actually add effects. You can actually add messages to effects without having to add this effect. It's a bit strange, but it does explain it all in the configuration file. If you open it and go down to where the effects are, it actually explains how you can add messages without even having to add the message effect. Next we have minions, obviously normal minions. The entity, the health, and then the armor type is like diamond or iron or stuff like that. Really easy to use. We've got cage, which will create a cage around the player and trap them in there. We've got the web effect, which will spawn webs in a radius, like a large amount of webs that you'll be stuck in. The boss actually negates this, and the boss can actually walk through the webs, but you can't. We've got potion, which will give you a potion effect. And you can also give the boss a potion effect as well. It's up to you. Next we have the bomb effect, which will spawn TNT around you, and when it explodes it will do like a mass amount of damage. You can set the damage, as you can see. And next we have the mirror effect, which will create a replica of the boss, which you can set the health of it. It won't activate any effects, but it will still do the same amount of base damage as the boss does itself. So I mean, that's just really cool as a whole. Yeah, it's just a mirror effect, so you can create duplicates of the bosses. These are all used in the pre-made bosses, so you might as well check them out. And more, as I said, more effects will be added very shortly. Probably like as soon as the plugin is released, there will be like a ton of new effects coming out every single week. Now a couple other features that I didn't really get to mention because they haven't there's no real GUIs or visual elements to them. The more configuration side is we have an auto spawn system in which you can create auto spawn locations in which your bosses will automatically spawn. You can set like what bosses spawn. We've also have a faction support, skyblock support. There's so many different plugins that it supports, and you can block like certain regions using world guard, so people can't spawn the bosses in those certain regions. You can also disable players from being able to even spawn them at all. This is all covered in the configuration files with comments, so it's going to be really easy to understand compared to all my other plugins where I've kind of made it a bit more difficult. This is a bit more easier to understand because I've done a ton of comments. But obviously, if you have any questions, make sure that you join the Discord and you can ask them away. Legit, anytime. I'm pretty much working most of the days. But obviously there's certain times that I won't be able to answer, but pretty much most people are answered within 24 hours. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this plugin has turned out. I even mentioned on my stream, I'm so happy with how it's turned out. It's been it's been in the development for a while, and it's been an idea for a very long time. And the way that the fact that I've been able to execute it so well, I'm so proud of like how it's come out. I will leave a link to all the YAML files so you can actually check them out and look at them before you purchase. But this plugin is only $7.99. Now that's so cheap, honestly, and plus pretty much on when the plugin is released, there's a very high chance that there will just be a ton of sales. So check that out. Make sure that you cop this plugin. Really easy to use, and if you combine it with some other plugins, for example Elite Armor, which you're seeing right now, very nice. You can create your own armor sets, and you've also got elite enchantments. I'm gonna be adding some hooks into these so you can like maybe make it do like extra damage to bosses, or I don't know, just random stuff like that. But yeah, anyway, thank you all for watching. Again, I thank you so much for the support and the 1,000 subscribers. I'm so happy that we've even reached that number. Like a couple years ago, I used to grind out YouTube, and it was going nowhere. But all of a sudden, now that I've started to mention my Minecraft plugins, we've now gone to different heights. And I think that this channel is now going to be focusing on development and Minecraft as a whole. And when Hytale comes out, we'll probably switch over to that as well. But again, thank you so much for the support. And if you did enjoy this video, then make sure that you press that like button, and also leave a comment with your Discord username and the reason why you want this plugin, and I will be picking 3 lucky winners. So again, thank you for watching this video. Again, if you have any more questions, make sure that you leave a little comment or even join the Discord, and also make sure that you join the Twitch as well and follow on there, because I do stream so often and it's really fun to see the whole community, and we code together. This plugin was actually mostly coded on stream. Obviously most of it was done also off camera, but lots of it was done on stream, so you could check it out and everything. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.